It's keeping a steady about normally about 11 or 12 here. It's not too bad at the moment. I think it's maybe even a little bit higher because it's high humidity. To be honest, at the moment.
And it's
It's
here too.
12, 12 degrees here at the moment.
Yeah, and just complete cloud cover as well. I think the sun's up. That's not far off. How's it going, everyone? Oh, sorry. Got Robbo, Dr. Bob. Just going to drill a hole for this.
Big trick is make sure the hole is perfectly perpendicular.
Yeah, I might have to get my drill press out for that. It's definitely the least used machine in my shed, that's for sure.
I got some wire brushes that I often put in my
Yeah.
drill press for
Don't
cleaning up tools.
don't screw that in, Jay, and put it in the chuck first and then screw it in.
Yep, alright.
Or you can get it started and then put it in the chuck, but don't screw it right up.
Yeah, I did. I got a bit of a thread going in it. I did that yesterday. It took me ages to get the chuck off. Finally get the chuck off, and I remembered that I had a piece that needed the chuck.
Hmm.
Doing some road work somewhere, and they've just turned it off, and like a generator, or I don't know. It kind of reminds me of the chippers when they go chopping a tree down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It wasn't one of them.
Now, Jay, just humour me for a minute.
Yeah.
Loosen off that chuck. No, like undo it off the thread, you know what I mean? As if you're going to take it off the lathe.
I just tightened it. I can't.
Hey?
I just tightened it. I can't.
Yeah, no, just loosen it again. As if you're going to take it off the lathe. Undo it.
Are you trying to annoy me?
No, well, you can do it that way if you like, but the way you normally do it, all right?
Oh, all right. Yeah.
Right, undo it. Take the chuck off.
Why?
Just please do as I ask.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh God. Let's get a
Right. You can't undo it, can you?
No.
Do you know why? Because you snapped it onto the shaft.
Huh?
When you put that chuck on before,
Yeah.
you got it to about 2 or 3 threads from where it seated down, and then you give it a good hard flick, and that locked it onto the thing.
Yeah.
So you've snapped it onto the headstock, and that's the worst thing you can do to them. That's the same as leaving it loose and then starting the lathe up. Now you can't get it undone. That's why it's tightening up on you. Always just screw it up tight by hand, put the handle in and the spindle lock on, and then tighten it by hand. Don't snap it.
This is what I did. After I did that, I actually pushed down on it. Oh, you can't see it, right? I pushed down on it and tightened it even more. That's why I can't undo it.
No, you didn't tighten. You didn't tighten it anymore. I was watching.
I'm not playing this game.
No, you never snap them on.
Yeah, when I have people over pre-COVID and they were using any of my lathes, I don't know, I'm always safe with them overly, but I use a washer, spindle washer, but I bought them precision made from Jet so they could go in there for thickness and evenness all the way around, and it was out of a plastic of some type or nylon plastic. It was, you couldn't cut them. I know. But I used them when I have guests over because that way at least there was something in there that would slip on the way back.
No, it's still the worst thing.
You can take something off.
It's still the worst thing you can do. You're better off teaching people how to do it properly.
Yep.
So they don't lock on.
Yeah, but when I find someone my age or older than me and they've been doing it for years, it's, I don't know, it's insulting to say something. So I protect my lathe instead.
Well, I learned a long time ago that if they're insulted by telling them to do the right thing, then you hit them over the head with a lump of 4x2 instead.
Yeah. I know when I was
Like
working
sometimes there is 3 or 4 ways of doing things, but sometimes there is only one way to do something.
Yep. I follow you. I was going to say, as an electrician, when I was getting my license years and years ago, I was taught as a kid to always make, and this is before mandatory grounds were required in the cable. I was always taught that these do a mechanical ground if you had one, and then second the neutral, and then the third wire you connect is the hot. That way, if there's any slips of a hand or something, or a tool, you have less chance of getting fried.
Good day, Effie. Yeah, the funny part about but in low voltage DC wiring, you do it the other way around. You connect all your lives first, and then you put your grounds in.
Correct. But I was taught, the reason I was taught that is, at least if you let a hot wire slip out of your hand, out of a tool, and it hits a box or anything around that box, it's going to pop the fuse or breaker.
Yeah,
And
hopefully.
right off the bat, it'll take the least resistance, and that's a direct line from the box. So that's the reason I was taught to do it.
Yeah. How you going today, Effie? Ah, that's no good.
So, Robo, have the docs come up with a reason you had the lung collapse?
No, not yet. Uh, well, probably caused by smoking more than anything else. It just weakens the walls of the lungs, that's all. And you get a
Yeah.
puncture in them. And then the air leaks through and gets into the cavity outside. Yeah, I think he must be, Neil. Either that or he's cracked the shits with me. No, we're not frozen, Effie. I don't know what Jay's doing. And Effie says, hello, Neil. Neil doesn't look at the he's on a phone, Effie, and he doesn't see the screen. So Neil says, hi, Effie, back. Standing in the corner.
I'm not turning today. I'm not in the mood. Couldn't be bothered anymore. One of my pet hates is being told something that I haven't done when I've done it. Right? I really don't like it. And then insisting that I haven't done it when I know I've done it.
What are you talking about? You're talking about your chuck, are you?
Yeah, I know. I locked it. I've locked it even more. You obviously didn't see it, but you're insisting that I didn't do it. So
No. You've got the bull by the tit, Jay. Now listen to me.
You said I spun it on. Well, I spun it on. I know I spun it on. Yes, I agreed with you about that.
Yes, and then you tightened it. Then you went and tightened it again, but it didn't tighten anymore. The reason that it jams on is because you do spin it on. You don't put it up by hand, then lock the shaft and gently tighten it up. That is what I'm saying. That is why it locks on, is because you snap it on. You spin it up. And if you go back and have a look at the beginning of this when it's over, you'll see exactly what I meant.
I agreed with you. Are you not listening?
Yeah, well, that's why you can't undo it, is because you've snapped it on there.
Well, you didn't have to lose your shit. I agreed with you.
I didn't lose my shit. I told you to undo it again, and what I was going to do if you hadn't got it undone was to put it on properly so that you could see the bloody difference in doing it properly and doing it improperly. But you cracked the shits because you wouldn't undo it. Because I've been wondering why you've been having trouble undoing the chuck lately. Neil says he can't stay long this morning. Want to work on his Zooline bowl. But I thought it was Ooline, Zoo. Yeah, right. Okay, Neil. You're correct.
What are you doing in the voice chat if you're typing in the fucking chat, you wanker?
So, what's up?
What is he doing in the voice chat if he's typing? Fucking hell, man. Fucking ridiculous.
Well, it's probably because we were talking.